On today's episode, we're going to deep dive into your next career move, why business ownership might make sense, and how we can use SBA financing to get high leverage financing to do business acquisitions for franchise startups and so much more. So you may be pondering the fact that, look, there's no guarantees in life. You're seeing a lot of layoffs. I get these calls all day. I was with, XYZ company for 15 years and they downsized. They just laid me off. I'm getting more and more of these calls, with the COVID, and people were working remote, and now they moved away. Now their employer is saying you need to come back to work and at least come in at least 3 days a week. Many people are saying, hey, I don't know if I even want to do that. I moved 300, 500 miles away. I moved across the country. So that's why I believe business ownership is worth exploring for everybody, because there's multiple business models out there and you can find one that best fits with your abilities, your lifestyle, and what you're looking for, right? And maybe that's a owner-operator business model where you're going out there and you're doing the work and you're running the business actively. Or maybe it's an executive model where you're managing a manager, working on the business, not in the business. There's a business model for everybody. Maybe it's vending where you're servicing vending machines. You can grow that and scale that. It's a very predictable business. So lots of business models out there. And you can get into these businesses with a lot less money than you may think by utilizing SBA financing. SBA financing is a great tool to get you into business ownership and to grow your business. You can own multiple businesses and you can utilize SBA financing for a lot of that growth. And it's more aggressive than traditional financing because a portion of that loan is being guaranteed by essentially the federal government. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. So what do you do as you're exploring? I've spent hours and hours on Biz Buy Sell, on multiple sites. You're looking at opportunities. It almost gets overwhelming. So what I would recommend is you go through a system to really figure out what your buy box should look like. I think you should have a buy box. What we do in our world is we give everybody an entrepreneurial or a business assessment. And that is a very good tool. It's kind of like a disc profile, but it was built by somebody in the franchise business that deals with business owners all day long. And it kind of combines the disc and a bunch of other profiles together. And so we have people start there. And then usually we'll go through a 30-minute discovery call with them, find out a little bit more about them. But by doing this, we can help you identify a business model that might make the most sense. And oftentimes it's a business model that you least expect that actually ends up being a business model that you end up investing in. So I'm not going to say it's an easy process to figure out, but if you want assistance, our team can help you. You can always go to bookwithbeau.com and we can walk you through the process, have an initial discovery call. We're here to help. As I said before, our goal is to help 10,000 aspiring entrepreneurs become successful business owners in the next 10 years. With SBA financing, we can finance up to 90% of the total project costs, quite significant. So, and then that 10% equity injection needed. So let's just say you were in a business that was all in for startup costs, working capital was 200 grand. Essentially, we potentially could get you up to 90%. So you would write a equity injection check or wire 20 grand to close on that particular deal. So it doesn't take a bunch of cash. You can also get gift funds. Maybe you have a family member, or maybe a family member wants to be a minority owner of that business and they can put up the money and own a percentage of the business. There's really a lot of ways to get involved. And so what I would say is just start looking at deals, start looking at opportunities. And that's what our team does. We help you facilitate the due diligence, and we help you figure out what business models might make the most sense for you. Like there's a ton of franchises out there. There's over 3,000 franchises. Not to say that a franchise is the best fit for you, because I don't say, hey, you need to buy a franchise. No, there could be a mom and pop business. There's a ton of opportunities. There's 10,000 baby boomers retiring every day. And a percentage of them own small businesses. Many of them don't have succession plans. So there is quite a bit of opportunity right now. There's going to be a lot of transfer of wealth. And so I would suggest getting involved in this, because if you can get into the right business, and it's a recession resilient business, it's a business that people need. They need food. They need their air conditioning and heater fixed if you're in severe weather, right? You need your plumbing fixed when your drain gets clogged and there's a total mess, or there's big leaks in your house, right? Like, you need an electrician to fix your electrical issues. There are certain businesses that are always going to be around. So really understanding these business models. We have people really jumping into service-based businesses. We still represent a lot of QSR, quick serve restaurants, a lot of like juice bars and other brands out there. So there's really a tremendous amount of opportunity. And this video is really out there for the people that are getting forced back to work, and they've already moved and they're kind of stuck, and they're saying, look, should I go into the corporate world again, or should I try business ownership? And my suggestion is invest in yourself, build your legacy, build a business. Is it easy? No. Is it worth it? Yes, usually, right? But you got to put in the work. You got to define your buy box. You got to understand how the financing works, and then figure out a business model that makes the most sense for you. Anyways, I hope that helps, gives you a little bit of food for thought. Anyway, I'm here for you. I put out a lot of content. Usually I'll just rant about something that's going on a deal. I'll talk about how we're getting deals done, some failures on deals and why they failed. We're going to talk about different business models. We also talk a lot about real estate investing, how to finance real estate investments, right? Owning a business hopefully would produce more cash flow, so you can take that extra cash flow and buy more of those passive assets, those single family homes, those short-term rentals, those multifamily investments, right? We need the money to make them. Then we take that money and we make it work for us. And those are our little employees. Each dollar is a little employee for us, that if we put it out to work, it's going to work for us 24/7. Anyways, please like and subscribe. Love for you to share some feedback about what you'd like to hear or see on this podcast. And as always, thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next one.
Meet Beau Eckstein, the driving force behind Business Ownership Coach, unlocking the path to business ownership. Visit www.businessownershipcoach.com. Thrive with Business Ownership Coach.
Hey guys, Beau Eckstein here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.